Abedin. Welcome to the Microsoft Power Automate series. Today we are going to discuss about approval workflow. So in this session, we are going to discuss about different types of approvals, outcome of the approvals in various scenarios, and how can we take approvals actions from different platform like Approval Action Center, email, mobile app for Power Automate, or through Microsoft Teams. So first question is what is a Power Automate? So Power Automate is a automated service provided by Microsoft, which is basically used to design different types of business flows, or for developers, we can say different types of workflows. So Microsoft has designed this service for all users. They are saying power users. So an end user, an IT admin, even if an experienced developer, of course, can use this platform to create or build their business flows as they need. So as per our today's discussion was approval flow. So what is approval flow? Basically, approval flow is a workflow which is requires some human interaction and collection of information from human users, and that information can be approve, reject, or other actions like custom builds action, and collecting all this information and processing it, um, and deciding the next step of the workflow based on the values submitted by the users is called that approval flow. So if we're discussing about approval flow on based on Power Automate, so what is provided by Power Automate? So Power Automate giving us some inbuilt actions here to create or build our approval flow. Also, Power Automate Pro has some features which we can customize this approval flow as we need for our business needs. We can customize it, and there are different patterns of approvals we can build with Power like machine state approvals. So they also provide different approval types. Like we can have a single approver, a single one approver, multiple approver, or a single approver have to approve, or everyone have to approve or reject. This type of things. There are out of the box actions, and there are custom options. We can create them. Also, there are multiple ways to take action on approval request. Like as we're saying that from email, we can approve or reject our approval request with Power Automate helps that my Power Automate provides. So from that, if we go in deeper, so different approach to start approval. So if we try to create an approval flow, what we'll have? We'll have the provided action are start and wait for an approval, and also the next one, create an approval. So what is the difference here? So first one, start and wait for an approval, is a built-in action where we will create an approval scenario that will go to the approvers for the response, and it will wait the flow till the response come, and then it will go to the next position. But for the create an approval, here we have to we can create an approval, and then it will go, it will not wait for the response from the approvers. So there are another actions called wait for approval that we have to introduce to get the response and take action based on that. So if we in a real scenario, what we'll see, for the first one, start and wait for an approval, here we can see that we are triggering a flow, and here we can here it will send an approval request to the approver, and it will wait to go the next stage here to get the response. But for the create an approval statement, here we taken the action called create an approval, and it will send the email or notification to the approver. But unfortunately, it will not wait for the next response. It will wait to the next actions or whatever we add. it is also necessary because sometimes we try to create an approval and then we can try to update an items or update a row from Excel, and then we can try to wait for response. So that is also possible with this provided action. And here one point that when we are waiting, this action need to be the same ID we are creating. So that is already provided. We just have to add that here. So in that case, we will have the created action and can complete some other actions and then wait for the response, so that we can take another statements or another actions based on this one. Okay. So next is the different types of approval. As we are saying, there are different out-of-the-box approvals and custom-based. So first we are discussing about the out-of-the-box. These two, approval and reject, everyone must approve, and approve and reject, first to respond. Both of them are out-of-the-box approvals. So what happens for everyone must approve? So this is an we can select single or multiple approver for this one, and approval request will go parallel if we select multiple approver, and all the approver have to approve, to provide approve to approve the request. Even single approver reject this will go on the rejection, it will consider rejected. Okay, but what will happen for the first response? In the first to respond, we can also select a single approver or multiple approver as we needed. But the thing also is parallel. Again, we'll get the notification parallelly, all the approval will get. But the thing is, when any one of approver approve this request, other doesn't need to take an action. It will got omitted, and the action, the response will be approved for that statement. So those are the out-of-the-box approval options. We have also some custom approval options. So what are those? So here one is custom response, wait for all response. So in this custom approval option type, we have to wait for all the responses as like the everyone must approve. But here we don't have to think that everyone has to approve, or if anyone rejects for the first one, then it was got omitted. But here, even if anyone rejects, it will have to respond from all the approvers. So what is the difference from the first one and this one? The difference, we will see that here, the previously we just had approve and reject, two actions. The approver can have two actions that. But in these customs actions, we can provide actions as we need, as many as we have can. But as per Microsoft suggestion, that is suggested 5 level to provide. That will otherwise other approval options will not be shown on the provided design by Microsoft, the panel and the email where they are providing that. So here we are added and need more info. So approve, reject, and need more info. That is another button we will get when the approver will go to the action to take. Okay, the next one is also the same. We can define these labels to take actions, but here we have to take only one response, and that will complete our flow. Okay, so this is an approve start and wait for approval actions panel show. So here we have to select an option. Here we have selected the first to respond. So the title, we provided the title as a demo approval. We have to provide the approvers details here, and the details of the approval history. We can provide the item link here. The requester, we can change the requester. In general, when an emails go to the approver, the requester would be the creator. But if we want, we can change that as we need it. And other options, there are a couple of options. One. So how to assign an approver for a specific approval action? Here, something we have to understand that we can always add the email ID of the approver here with the semicolon separation. Also, we can use user principal name of the approver, also Active Directory ID of the approver, but we cannot add any out of the box. We cannot add any out of the box Office 365 groups or like SharePoint groups or Azure AD groups. Those are not acceptable here. Only email address are acceptable. So that we have to understand that even if we try to provide 15 approver, the drawback is we have to provide 15 approvers email address or directory ID here in comma separated way, semicolon separated way. Okay. So approval options. Let's say we have triggered our approval and we have selected some of the approvers name there. How to approve, right? How it will see. So it will come in different options and different platform. Like this is the Power Automate platform on self. Here we see that in the left corner there is an option called approvals. All the approval action required by us, we are the approver, that will come under this received tab, and we sent an approval request that will be under this sent tab, and how the approval actions we have taken already, that will be under this history tab. So this is we are seeing is an approval dashboard, we can say that. Here we can receive and take approval actions to respond. So here we can see the request name, basically the approval name, the approve action buttons, the received date, the details, and the requester name. So if we click approve or reject, it will open another panel, which is called approval panel. So here also we'll see that overview of the approval. If it is already there is two-step approvals. This is a currently one-step approval we are showing. Let's say it's a two-step approval and the first approver has already approved. So that details we will see here that the first approval has approved and you are the second approver, and that is requested by Tahmidul Abedin. And the details of the approval which is provided already. And here's the drop down from where we have to select that approve or reject option, or if that is a custom thing, need more info, we can also select that here. And after selecting that, we have to select confirm. There is also, it is not currently showing that there is a text box that is optional to provide comments, not mandatory. Okay, that's the one option to take approve or reject. If our organization or the environment is connected with Microsoft Teams, Microsoft Team will also get notification to approve that request. And the panel will show something like that. Here we can approve, reject, cancel the request, follow up, and comments. This is not mandatory. And also here it will show that sequence that first approver approved or not, what is the current situation, and when it has been sent to us, that type of things. So other than that, the interesting thing is Microsoft has introduced this email, which is called approval email. We can also take actions from these emails and approver rejects our request. So this is something known as actionable messaging. Here the user will get an adaptive card where they can take action and get all the related details from the approval in the email. Here we can see the details requested by Tahmidul, the requester name, the time, and also other things. So now we can select approve or reject button from here. It will be, we can select that, and that will bring up this comment section. We can provide that's also not mandatory field. And after selecting single anyone, we can submit that, and that will automatically update our request, and we don't have to go to any other platform to approve or reject that. So using this, Microsoft is saying for Power Automate approval flow can use outside email address as a approver. So even the approver is not in the office or something like that, he can go to his outmail box and approve and reject. And so next, going on, outcome evaluation. Let's say we have in any approval request is based on an outcome. So based on that outcome, we'll take a request. Let's send an email, take an insert an entry in somewhere. So what is the outcome? So there Microsoft or Power Automate providing this outcome and variable where we can check with condition like outcome is equal to approve, yes and no, then we can go there. And mostly all of the documentation showing this way, but there is a problem what we are going to discuss here. If we bring back our response, the body of that JSON, it is saying this is an array because as we know, we can have multiple response, right? There is a multiple approver can be there. So here only one approver's response is there because it is a fast response approval outcome. So here the outcome, that string is getting approved, only single string. So that is fine. Previously we are seeing that this outcome we are matching it with approve. So in the scenario it will work fine. But what will happen, let's say when we have that everyone must approve, then let's say two approver there and both of them have approved that. So we have the string or calling approve comma approve. So if we go back our previous action, outcome is equal to approve, it will got failed here because it is not equal to approve. There is approve comma approve. So this condition is not matching our provided outcome. So here we have to change that and saying that outcome doesn't contains reject because a single person can reject there, and it contains approve. Same way we want to add that need more info, we have to add some conditions in here based on our outcome. From the outcome that is provided by already Microsoft panel, we just have to check that what is the outcome says. So in this way we can create an approval flow, and easily that can be hosted with like SharePoint, Dynamics, and also Power BI and other application Microsoft platforms. And recently Microsoft has closed their SharePoint designer workflows like 2010 SharePoint 2010 designer workflow, and everyone have to switch this platform, and Microsoft is trying to make this Power Automate platform as the main workflow platform for them. So in this session we are trying to get this approval flow, and for the next session we'll try to have a demo and other features from approval flow and Power Automate and see. And if you have any question, you can put that in comments on our chat window and we can give you an answer. Thank you. Thank you very much.